doctor appointment in LA at Kaiser. He's going to do a checkup. He might do an echo to make sure that everything's working okay. And yeah, it's just a little checkup, make sure everything's running smoothly.
September 28th, 2015, so about 2 years ago. I was here on a staff retreat with the Bridge, and we were doing prayer walk, and I picked this spot behind me. And I was praying out loud because nobody was around me. And I wrote it in my journal, "Today, God, show me who you are so that I can carry this for the rest of my life." And I gave him options. I said, just like a burning bush or a right in the sky, or let me hear your voice audibly. And I was praying. Maybe 10 minutes later, I see a truck pull up right here, and it's Pastor Jeff, and he's jogging towards me, and he looks worried.
It was something that I never thought that, something that I didn't think we would ever have to worry about. Then all of a sudden one day, just get this call, and it's life-changing.
We get in the car, and he says, "We don't know what's wrong. They couldn't give us any details. We just know something's wrong."
Trinity called me and let me know what it was, and all I really heard was heart transplant. And at that moment, God told me, "You're gonna have to let me do this. Your daughter's gonna be okay, but you're gonna have to depend on me."
She was getting sicker and sicker. The doctors were not very hopeful. They knew she needed a heart soon.
So it was very scary in the sense of they started talking about doing a induced coma.
And they told us, "We're going to give her this medicine, and it's going to put her higher on the list, but it's not going to help her situation." I remember that moment. I cried when they said it, and then I could just feel God saying, "Just pray, just pray." The next day, I think it was, we got a call, and they said, "We have a heart for her."
I remember I went to bed really early, and I went to bed at like 7, and then they woke me up at around 4:30ish in the morning, and they're like, "All right, it's time to take you in." So I went in. I just remember like waving bye to my parents and going into the operating room, and they're like, "All right, well, we're gonna count to 10 and then you're gonna knock out." I was like, "Okay." And it was just like the movies make it to be, like you're just looking up and like all the nurses are around you, and you're just like, and then you just knock out, like your eyes are slowly closing.
We got a call from the waiting room, and they said, "Okay, we're about to put the heart in." No more than 4 hours later, the surgeon comes out, and her first words were to me, "Your God heard your prayers." And she gave me like the biggest hug, and she just looked right at me, and she said, the second I started connecting everything to the heart, she said the heart just began to beat, like immediately.
So nice to see a good heart.
I just keep thinking, look at that pretty little sucker right there.
You see that thing?
Yes.
It is rocking and rolling.
Ever since that day, Nevaeh has just improved and progressed.
To see her progress the next day, actually walking down in the hallways of the hospital.
I can't believe you're walking.
Pretty soon you'll be running like you wanted to.
There's still those moments, that I stop and I just look at her, and I never thought that I was gonna see her do these things, simple things.
God just provided His hope and instilled it in us in a way that I can't really explain, and just was so faithful and constant and unrelentless.
I really see God through like every little step in that journey.
He is completely and absolutely involved in every aspect of our life.
We were sitting there waiting while she was in surgery, and it was like, I haven't read my verse of the day today, It's like, let me check it, and this was the verse. It's Isaiah 12:4. It's, in that day you will say, give praise to the Lord, proclaim his name, make known among the nations what he has done, and proclaim him that his name is exalted. That's my baby's miracle.